Alright, Mum. We are doing block number 4 of the bomb. No coffee today, we have up and go. Which I will probably spill because it's in straw. Alright, this one has the most amount of fabrics. And then, so what's it going to look like? A checkerboard. So in theory, probably wouldn't matter even if we screwed it up, but I will attempt not to. Alright, what is it? Oh, why do I feel like I have already screwed this up? Because I have. Alright. Problem number 1 is I didn't read. Oh, look, we got the purple bits back. Alright. I have to go cut 5 more 1.5 by 5 inch strips because I didn't read this, which was I need to fix up that cutting. Oh dear. Well, this is why I'm making it before you. Alright. So, for block 4, this is 1. This nice one here. This should have been 6. So, times 6. Alright. I'll merge these videos together. I don't even have 6 of them I can steal. Alright, I'm going to go relay this. And then I'm going to, when I say relay, I'm going to do it on the computer. And then I'm going to cut out some more blocks. And then probably not make this today. Oh, I feel like I should double check the cutting guide for block 2, the fabric 2s. Here it is here. I did this one differently, so I feel like this one's better, but I'm just going to triple check it while I'm fixing this. If you want a video on this, how I made this, let me know. Alright, I'll be back in a bit. Like, a while. I've never really done a cutting guide you can refer back to, Mum. So, I've cut off from this what we're going to use for pack number 2. I say that, who knows, because I, at this point, can't cut or calculate anything, which will come of no surprise to you. So, I have folded it selvage to selvage, selvages on selvages, sorry, and then I have folded it in half again, just so it's a manageable size. So, I'm throwing caution to the wind, and I'm not trying to replicate these. This, for now, is just going to be my, I've made bad choices, and I need a backup sheet. So, I would do this on the rotating one, but it's too big. And it's way too messy here. If I zoom out, oh, that's zooming in. I got like crap there. And the machine's there. It's just, it's too much. So, we're just going to cut the selvages off and be done with it, since we've got the folds to go off. Alright, then I'm going to do the no-nos and I'm going to turn it around. And any quilter watching this is going to have a freak out. But since these are made for you, no quilters are watching this. Alright, so to fix what I've missed on this, I need to cut 6 more 1.5 inch by 5 inches. So, if I do it this way, this is 7 inches. And yes, I'm going to have some waste at this point, I really don't care. So, I'm going to cut a 1.5, and I'm just going to go up a bit and do it. So I'm just going to cut a strip, and it's got a fold here and a fold here, so it's quite long. So it's 1.5. And just because I'm having feeling it, yep, it's definitely 1.5. Okay. I'm going to get that out of the way. So it's 1.5, and I need 5 of them. So you can see that I can get 2 and I can get 4, but I can't get 5. So what do you think I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut another 1.5. And it's fine because I'm sure at some point we're going to need them. And if not, I know, because I checked, we can buy this fabric. It's just a solid white that they have in the store. So I'm no longer going to be a bit precious about when I make boo-boo, trying to use the least amount of fabric as possible. Okay, so I've got some selvage on this. How do I feel about that? I'm going to measure it and I'm going to see if the selvage is a 1/4 inch or more, and if it's more I'm going to get rid of it. See, it's not more. I don't actually know if you can see that. You can probably see where the 1/4 inch line is, and it sits under that, so I'm not worried. But I've turned the light off, which is not ideal. All right, so I've got a fold here and I got a fold here, and I need this to be, well then, neat. I need this to be 5, so I know it's just under 7, so I'm going to move my shit out of my way. I'm going to cut just edges. I'm going to cut a bit off one edge and a bit off the other. How I'm going to decide which one I cut more of, I'm going to cut more of this edge because that's where the selvage is sticking out the most. So I'm going to cut to 6.5, and that's going to take away the fold, and then I'm going to turn it over, and then I'm going to cut this down to 5, and then at the same time that's going to get rid of the majority of that selvage that was sticking out. We're not going to need those. All right, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have selvage in this one, and just on that one, but it's in the 1/4 inch, so I'm fine. So at this point I have 4 and 5, but I need 6 because I have to pair it with all of these. So I need 1 more. If I needed a lot more, I would cut the whole thing, but I only need 1 more. So I'm going to open this one up, and I'm just going to cut the 5 inches that I need. Okay, and then that, we'll just go with the scraps. Not the scraps, the reusable cut-offs. Okay, now we're back in business. I've shit everywhere, but we're back in business. So, what are we doing with the checkerboard? Just a reminder what the checkerboard is this one. All right. I don't even know, that camera kind of looks like it's in a weird spot, but I'm sure we'll be fine. Alright, the instructions say, so we're using a standard seam, so 1/4 inch. We have a lot of fabric, so follow the strip piecing method, so the white strips to the coloured strips together to make the strip sets shown. Okay. I'm already worried. I feel like this is the same problem we had last time where I labeled this wrong. Oh dearie dear. Okay, I'm gonna get the fabric out. I think everything's out a number here. Oh dearie dearie dear. I think A3 is not A3. Oh no, that's definitely A3. Is that definitely A3? It's definitely A3. That's definitely A4. A1. Of course you didn't need that one. Okay. How many? Alright, you need A4, A6, A7, A8, A10. Okay. For reasons unknown to me, I have cut an A3 that I do not need. Which is weird because I would have just cut it from the guide. And it's clearly on the guide, so I just want to say, not my fault. But, oh, hang on, is it a, so see, Messy Crafter, sheets everywhere. 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. No, we definitely don't need it. I don't know why it's on the cutting guide. I'm just going to pin it back to the template, and maybe it'll become apparent later. Okay. It's always going to be a bit of a journey. Alright. That's A1. Let's just put that there. Alright. A4. A6. A7. A8. And A10. Thankfully, this is not dissimilar to the community quilt block we just did. Okay. All right. We're going that to that. That to that. I'm just going to try and keep them. Well, I suppose I can just reference them back. 1, 2. Okay. A6 fabric. Just make sure you've got it on the right side. Same with A7. That's definitely easier. And then easiest. All right. So, strip method, we're just going to sew them all and then we're going to cut them. Now, because I have errands to run, I'm probably going to sew them and then stop. So I'll come back with when we're going to cut them and then we'll subcut them. All right, let's come back to this. All right, we have a little bit of time, not much actually. I probably shouldn't do this. Okay, I lost track of these as I was ironing them, but the colors on the book, can I bring it there? They help. All right, so the next step is sew together as shown, then cut each strip set at 1.5 inch intervals to make 3 2.5s. So let's push that book back out of the way. So, can you see? Yep. All right, so that's how small we're going. I don't know if you can hear Adele playing in the other room. All right. 1.5, I just panicked then. 1.5. Why does this feel wrong? Yeah, well, that makes a 1.5 by 2. 2.5, yeah, no, that's right, okay. All right. I just moved that. This hump is really causing me a problem. Okay. Oh, yeah, all right, you can still see that. Okay, all right. Well, the good news is that it works. You get that little bit to go. Okay. All right. That's our 3. And then we keep repeating the process. Presumably the extra little tidbit is in case you need to square up, but luck would have it that at the very least my first little bits, actually I'm just going to go that big one, are pretty straight. Won't last, don't worry. But for now, we're not gonna complain that finally something we do is working. Later I'm gonna have a look for another mat. This one comes from Keevan's Sewing Haven. I'm gonna see if she has any more. Alright, so you get the point. I will come back when they're all done. I should also say, just because I know you do this, Mum, but anyone else who's watching, I paused it and I went and made dinner. We're having spaghetti and meatballs for dinner, and I made those meatballs because I do not just sit here for hours at a time sewing, because I can't. It's uncomfortable, it's not fun, then it feels like a job. So I often start side quests while I'm sewing and start doing other stuff. And I think, one, that's probably why I have so many whoopsies when I'm sewing. But two, I probably wouldn't sew if I didn't do that, because how boring would that be for me? Alright. Okay. We're not going to finish sewing it this time around, because I've got errands to run. But let me see if you can see all of these. Nope. Alright. Okay. So they're in order. That's the yellow one, that's the green one. Okay, so we're going to take, this is blue, that's purple. The rest is self-explanatory. Alright, so we're going to take a blue one and go down, and a red one and go up, and a green one and go down, and then a pink one up, purple one down, yellow one up. Okay, now we're going to go a green one down. This is in the book. Yeah, I'm just following the book here. Do you see that? Yeah, cool, you can. Alright, purple one up, blue one down, red one up, yellow one down, pink one up. She's got them in like groups of 3. You sew the opposites together, so I think that's why. Alright, red one down, pink one up, yellow one down, green one up, purple one down. They're so cute and little. Alright, so small sections together, standard piecing to make 6 sections. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So that one to that one, and remember to sew, try and sew in the opposite directions to keep them straight. I think by default you will with these anyway. Alright, I'm going to put the black over the top of these because I know Reggie will come. I should leave the camera on one day and just watch Reggie appear. And then I will sew these later, maybe tomorrow. Let's see. But these are looking cute. I'll send you a photo. Alright, bye. Okay, we are back with block 4 and the checkerboard. And we're going to sew. Or I'm going to sew. So I'm going to sew each of these to the center, like this. And then you sew down. All right, I will come back after I have done all of these, all of those. Yep, same as we have been doing, because we ironed to the dark side, which is the pattern side. The seams will nest, so nest them and line them up. Alright, I recommend doing this with the book right next to you so that you don't muddle the directions up. And then press them out as you go. I'm not going to go ahead and pin them. I'm going to do them 1/3s at a time so that I don't muddle the sequence up. feel like I'm highly likely to do that otherwise. There's the first two. And I'm just going to keep on going. Okay, that's two. Alright. They are all done. Pretty good. Haven't screwed it up so far. Okay, now those to those, and then those up. So I'll be back when that's done. How am I going to do this? The same as we've done the others. Some seams will line up and some won't, but I will kind of eyeball it, and if I need to, I'll pin it. Like this one here is not going to match, so I'll probably pin this one first and get this side to match. And then see what it does to this one and try and get, okay, so that's going to ripple that out quite a bit. So I'm probably going to split the difference and just let them be and not bother. I'm just going to go with the pole block being the right size rather than have those line up. All right. So that's the two. So you can see that didn't match up there, but in the grand scheme of things, you are never going to see that. Same thing happened on this one. And if you can't see it from 3 feet away, we're keeping it. So now I'll put those ones there. All right. So that's now the two halves. It's looking very cute. I really like the back of it. These are my favorite ones. These make me feel like I have done a lot of work. Now we better put that the right way around so we don't screw that up. All right, they all line up. So now, and again, I'm going to, even if things aren't lining up perfectly on the seams, I'm going to opt for block integrity over individual piecing lining up. So I'll be back with a finished block. All right, that is the block. So it's a little bit distorted, but generally speaking, it's quite fun. So we'll tidy that up when it comes to sewing it together. But that is block 4, done and dusted. The next block we have to make, oh, you'll like this block. Next one is a log cabin. This one's good. So you see this a lot, and it's good if you, like, this is quite patterned fabric, but you can do a blog cabin with neutral solids and then build it. All right, I'll see you for that one.